I see the divine in you. You see the divine in me. We all see the divine in each other. Namaste. Namaste. And this is the exciting thing about this life. When I meet teachers, or many years ago, I had an art teacher who said to me, I just wanted to, for example, she had mixed a beautiful color, which for the life of me, I couldn't mix in my palette. And I asked her, how did you get this wonderful mix of colors? And she said, my secret, I'm not letting you know. And you know how I felt? I've come here to learn. If you're not going to teach me your secrets, I've got the wrong teacher. I never went back. I never went back. So those who hold back and stop sharing, they actually cut themselves out from life. Those who, whatever you have and you share, and let others make great of it. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. We shouldn't allow feelings of jealousy or competitiveness to come in the way. Of the desire to be the most famous or to be the most successful come in the way, because this will disturb this feeling of let it be. Those who deserve it will get it. If you were meant to be famous, nothing can stop it. The tide of life will give it to you, you know, by searching and desiring it and chasing it. It just creates agitation and panic, because when you don't get what you want, there is a sense of panic. There is a sense of panic. Oh, I wanted this to achieve this in my life, but I haven't done it. It's panic. But if you just accept where you are, just where you are, who you are, and live in this energy of service and love, then the let it be comes naturally. It comes naturally. And like I said earlier on, when I say let it be, it doesn't mean giving up or resignation. It actually comes from a great feeling of empowerment of oneself through connection with the highest self that you are, and with our divine, whatever you want to call it. I call it God easily, right? But any way you want to, that dynamic consciousness, right? And for example, let me give you an ordinary case right here so you can see a story. Long ago, I had a couple who lived in this house, and every day they had problems with the neighbor. The neighbor was aggressive. The neighbor was just intolerable, loud music all the time. They went to tell the neighbor, please, they were kind, they were good people. Please, could you turn the music down at 11 o'clock? It disturbs me. No, the next day, louder. Anyway, this went on for 2 or 3 years. And when we had a meeting, they were so agitated because they've had this war with the neighbor for 2 years, arguing back and forth. They brought this war to their home. So their relationship suffered. It suffered so much. They were blaming each other for not being brave enough to confront the neighbor. And yet when they did confront the neighbor and the argument started, they blamed each other for the argument. So this was like hell on earth for them. So they came to talk to me. And my advice to them is, like I said to them, have you tried your utmost to be nice to your neighbor? Yes. Have you explained to them gently without anger? Didn't work. Have you practiced, lots of techniques? Have you sent light on your neighbor? Nothing worked. So then I said, okay, next question. Do you want to spend the rest of your life in a war zone? And they said, no. Then I said, well, the only solution then is move away. How can I move? Why should I move? The neighbor should move. Okay, will the neighbor move? No, the neighbor will never move. So you move. No, 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 that's that. I can't do that. The neighbor wins. So I said, well, then stay in hell. Either you move if you can afford it. Can you afford it? Yes, we can afford it. In fact, our property is worth a lot more than when we bought it. Ah, and I said, you know, there are new buildings in town. Will you consider selling and rebuying? No, 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 I don't think we could do it. And I looked at both of them. So I said, you are willing to sacrifice your entire life because of your ego. So you're giving up peace because you don't want to think the neighbor to think that he's stronger than you, but he's just defeated you. You've agreed to give up your peace for the rest of your life. Fine, up to you. There's no solutions. You decide what you want to do. Anyway, a week later, they both came to see me. And they said, we thought about what you said. And funny enough, Nalanie, a few days after you said that, somebody came to us and told us that there was this lovely apartment for sale. So we went to look at it out of curiosity, not wanting to buy anything. But we loved it. We loved it. And we have decided, and guess what? Once we decided, we stopped arguing. We have decided to sell and get this new place and forget about our ego. So they got this new place. They were very happy in this new place, and and sometimes they finally let it all be. And their let it be was to accept that there was nothing they could do about the situation. They felt there was nothing they could do, but there was something they could do. And when they finally allowed themselves to adapt, adjust, what happened? The universe opened out something better for them, much better than they ever believed they could have. And when they moved to the new home, why didn't we do it earlier? And I said, precisely because this situation has happened to you for you to learn the really important things in your life. So this neighbor that was so horrible had to be so horrible. Otherwise, you would have never moved out to this beautiful home that even has a little garden, which you never expected. You would never have had the opportunity. You wouldn't have moved, full stop. You're not the kind of people that like moving. And when they could see that, then the forgiveness came in. The forgiveness came in. And even the anger that they had for so long against that neighbor just dissipated and disappeared. So, you see, sometimes things happen in our life that are really very difficult, and we feel there is no solution. But if you really study, what is your end game? What is the reason that you are feeling there is no solution? See, we could tag it down to ego. They tried everything. They really had tried. They're good people. They tried everything. But sometimes you try everything, it doesn't work. And I always, tell the story, and some of you might know this story. Many years ago, when something in our business was going really, really bad, and we tried, and I called Swami Satchidananda, and I said, Gurudev, I don't know what to do anymore. We try and try, the statement, try and try again, you'll eventually succeed. I said, so long time, we've not succeeded. And his answer was, Nalanie, you plant a seed in a pot, you water it, that you put it in the sun, it doesn't grow. What should you do? And I go, I don't know, what? Plant another seed in a new pot. It was that simple. And sometimes our minds are so closed at what we think has to happen that we forget that there is a greater purpose for us, something better that could happen. We get so stuck in our comfort zones that we don't even imagine that things out there could be better and greater for us. And when we are willing to sit back, watch everything that is going on, when everything is moving and shaking and going all over the place, and just watch it, pray for guidance. I've always prayed, and it's never let me down. I always ask for signs. They never let me down. And I know, the thing is, I know when I pray, I'm going to get an answer. Total faith. And in the few times in my life I haven't got an answer, the answer was patience. Just wait. Time will tell. Patience. And that is what we all need as spiritual practitioners, is that patience. And through that patience, when we're going through tough times, it initiates us into something higher, something that we thought we could never become, something that we respect more in ourselves. And it gives us more integrity. That is when we really learn to walk our talk. These lessons in our life that keep coming at us as the waves always go to the shore. They never stop. These lessons keep coming to us. And they keep coming to us for us to learn to keep a balanced mind through all of it. That's all. Once you do it once, you like it so much, you want to do it again. The next time problems befall you, guess what? Easier and easier and easier. And this is what the yogis mean, freedom from suffering. You no longer see something as suffering. You see it as an opportunity to grow spiritually. An opportunity to pray more even, or to want to spend more time alone, to access your pain, to understand it, to forgive it. And this time alone, to access it, to understand it, to own it, and then to let it go, is what takes us to another dimension of knowledge. The knowledge of the soul, the knowledge of spirit. And when you come to that knowledge, you really, really get to see it is all love. It is all love. It is all love. And you know, one of my students, or one of our Sangha members recently, who is really highly evolved himself, he had lost his partner. And he said to me, he said, Nalanie, I just want to spend the rest of my life serving. I want to do something good for the world. I want to touch hearts. And I said, pray, ask. Guess what? He did ask. And the universe sent him so many jobs. And then came the next phase in his life, where when the universe sent him so many people to look after, he developed this deep compassion that when they suffered, he cried along with them. He could feel their suffering, and he says, Nalanie, it's mine. I said, yes, that's when you know we're one. But be careful. Don't be attached to this emotion. Feel it while you're with that person. Have the empathy, have the love, but learn also to protect yourself. Because if you take too much of that in, you lose your energy and your strength. So what you have to do is, great, you feel that oneness, share it with them. That will heal them. Their knowledge that you love them will help them heal. Then go home and bathe yourself in love and protection. And that's when detachment, non-attachment comes in. That's when you have to let it be. It is their suffering. It is not a punishment to them. It is their way of growing closer to the divine. And what you can do then is pray for them. Or send them light, send them love. And that's what you can do. But to be attached to their sorrow or to absorb it does us no good. We have to let things be. And that's when you really find you can help your friends, you can help many, many people. When you realize that their suffering is not there to punish them, but to teach them. They have life's lessons. And sometimes it's karmic, mostly, it's always karmic. But it's not karmic in the sense of punishment, it's karmic in the sense of growth. It is karmic in the sense of growth. I remember somebody asked me this question when my granddaughter was born, the last one, the third one, and Talia, and she had, she was special needs. And they said, Nalanie, how do you accept that a child like that would be born? What has this child done to deserve it? Why should she be special needs? And I laughed. And I said, is that really the way you look at it? I said, we don't. I believe she's an angel. And she decided to take the broken body, probably because she had done something not very nice in previous lifetimes. And she decided to take this opportunity to do both, to fulfill the karma, but at the same time, inspire our earth, inspire us, inspire my daughter. My daughter, is a mother that I never expected her to be. I never knew that my daughter would have such strength when she saw this baby, and she said, no, Mom, she's a blessing. She's an angel. She's nothing more than that. And I'm willing to give up everything in my life to make whatever life she has the best it can be. And that for me was selfless service. I think Talia was born to make the best for her. But not only, and now many years later, I wish I could see that woman now. Maybe she'll hear this talk. Many years later, Talia not only came to do that, Talia came to inspire many people. My daughter-in-law is working with special needs in Hong Kong. Lakshmi, so many people I know have taken up the practice of loving to serve them because of Talia. Not only that, Talia is the first one to be diagnosed with the condition of T22 in this world, the first one to be diagnosed in mitochondrial disease with this condition. For those who don't know, 22 is the number of our master, and T, her name. So when you look at the bigger picture, and not the smallness of now, and just looking at things from a very close point of view. I can't do it now, I can't do it now. When you look at it from a bigger picture, all this is happening for the best. Guess what? You can let it be. And when you let it be, patience, life shows you. Ultimately, good luck, bad luck, who knows? It just works. Who knows? Who knows? And never be afraid of that. Who knows? And that's when you can really let it be.